Well, we already are. So how do you feel about that?
Fuck!
Poop. Poop
Yeah.
on a butt.
Poop on a butt, man.
Full of poop.
What are you going to do? Sometimes
there's poop on the butt.
just poop on the butt.
Sometimes the poop is in the butt and then it exits the butt.
Sometimes it's poop on a butt. Sometimes there's not.
Mm-hmm.
You know, hopefully, if you live a good life, you spend more time with poop not on your butt.
Now a question. Okay, this is a either or. Okay?
Is this a real question or a hypothetical?
It's a hypothetical.
Okay.
This is like one of those, like, you get one of two powers or choices or whatever, right?
Okay.
One, you never have to pee ever again.
Yeah.
Ever. Okay? You don't have to pee. Two, the second one is every poop you ever poop for the rest of your life, you don't have to wipe.
Oh, shit. God, man, that's tough. Oh, there's a spider on my wall.
Oh, fuck that. It can't be here.
He's chilling. Man, yesterday or 2 days ago, maybe, I opened up my cupboard and there was a fucking spider on a plate that I was going to grab. And I was like, that's not cool, bro.
He was eating dinner, dude.
That is
disturbed him.
Not cool, man.
That was his dinner.
It's one thing to just be a spider in my house. It's an entirely other thing to be on my fucking plates in my cupboard. I was spooked.
I thought you were going to say it's another thing to be in my eyesight for me to know you exist.
I don't mind seeing them, you know. If, like, this guy's cool, you know what I mean? Although he is kind of coming over here. I don't like that. What's he doing, man? What the fuck you doing? You acting weird.
Tell him to stop moving. Tell him that I said to stop moving.
Colin says to stop moving. I didn't do anything.
Oh, shit.
Well, anyway, I would rather poop without wiping.
Poop without wiping? That's what you want?
Out of the two, yeah.
Okay. So you still have to pee?
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you, man?
I think it's the same.
Let's get down to
you know, don't get me wrong. Peeing is
pretty inconvenient.
It's pretty inconvenient, right? And so there's one thing as well. I don't know how you are with this, but I noticed this for myself. Is I will notice that my anxiety levels just raise up if I have to pee.
Yeah, absolutely.
So like my anxiety is just like almost life or death when I have to like pee. And because I worked in kitchens for so long and places where you can't take a piss,
right?
I just dealt with that and I thought it was normal. And so nowadays,
you think that's why everybody's yelling in a kitchen and screaming at each other and cursing?
It doesn't help. I don't think that's the only reason, but I don't think it helps.
There's a, like, dude, kitchens are kind of a nightmare job because it's hot. You can't take breaks when you want. You have to like very carefully plan them out depending on the time of day.
Well, I mean, it depends on the inflow of customers.
Yeah,
so
there's no way to fucking schedule it out, really.
Unless you work in a place that is busy enough to have staffing to where they can maintain breaks.
Right.
Which is rare in restaurants.
And that means you have to have a competent manager that actually accounts for that. Then
most restaurants just don't do that. Like you work dinner service.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do it. Like it's 6 hours of fucking that's what you work. Like you take your break before.
And then it's close quarters, man.
Oh yeah.
Fuck.
Yep. Again,
sucks.
Going back to COVID and my coworker dying.
Oh yeah.
Well, you know, and then me being like, do I want to die to make sandwiches? Because they're, you know, out of one end of their mouth, they're telling us that we're essential workers. And out the other end of the mouth, they're like, we won't pay you anymore. In fact, we're going to pay you way less. but you're essential. So come back and work. Oh yeah, there's this mystery disease that no one knows about. Oh yeah, we don't have any like vaccine, or like we haven't like really thought about it. Oh yeah, we're rushing everything back really quick. Oh yeah, you guys might die.
Yeah, you don't
Oh,
even
one of
get
you
like
died.
PPE or nothing. Like you
Nothing.
just yeah.
Mm-mm. No, so it's just yeah, exactly. Right. So
Super wild, man. I'll never understand
yeah.
I'll never understand this world, man. They're like the world will end without you doing your job. Like the whole thing
Yeah.
fucking careens to a halt and crashes into the ground if you
And then you
don't
stop
work.
doing your job, and then they don't miss a beat.
However, we're not going to pay you anything.
Also,
Like
that too.
you don't deserve
And then we're
a
gonna
fucking
easily
dime.
find another warm body to fill.
Yep.
Not even a hot body; it's a warm body. Okay.
I mean,
His
economists
name's
like
Luke.
he's a
Well, if
specific guy, dude.
he's a specific
Economists
guy. Yeah.
talk about it pretty plainly. You know, they talk about this equation that's perfect for a healthy capitalist economy. You need to
Yep.
maintain a level of joblessness. You need to maintain a level of unemployment to keep a worker surplus, so that you know what I mean. The economy runs smoothly. It's like, God damn, y'all are fucking like evil, weird vampire parasites.
Yeah. Taking economics classes was the most frustrating subject that I've ever taken.
I can imagine.
Because it's like, okay, well, this country is based off of this system. You know, it's like there are multiple forms of economics. You know, you have what was it, like Keynesian? Can't remember. There's a bunch of different forms of economics. One of them being orthodox and one being unorthodox.
Okay.
And then there's like some other ones, right? Let's look this up actually right now. Different types of economics.
Yeah, you tell me, man.
See, this has been a no, not economies, economics. No.
That's how I yawn, man.
Orthodox, hetero-orthodox economics, and other kinds. So, okay. There's orthodox economics. There is hetero-orthodox economics. Then there's, oh yeah. Okay, now my dyslexia is killing me. Oh my God. There's Marxist economics. There's Austrian approaches. There's Keynesian.
Yeah.
Post-Keynesian. Is that how you? Oh my God. That
Keynesian.
was killing
Yeah.
me.
I've heard about that. I don't really know much about it.
Its focuses on uncertainty and the role of money and an effective demand. It's different. There's different methodologies, right? We're not going to get into an economics class because that's boring and that's not nostalgic. But the point is, okay, you enter an economics class and the economics teacher is like, hey, okay, so the economy is based off of this concept of orthodox economics. Oh yeah, here are all the ways that it doesn't work, because it like, there are these things called, you know, externalities that exist, you know, that are essentially, that's a byproduct. One example is pollution based off of the manufacturing of a good, right? You might have a nuclear byproduct if you're manufacturing nuclear energy, right? And so what do you do with that?
It's nuclear, by the way.
Hold on.
Fucking say it like that.
Hold on.
We're American.
Are you talking?
Nuclear.
Wait,
what was that?
That's Charlie Murphy from Chappelle's show saying correction, but it needs to get cleaned up. I don't like it. I don't like it.
All right. Well, I like what you're doing with it. But yeah.
I was trying.
Trying stuff out, and that's the important part.
I speak improper. Orthodox economics. But my point is, you're making nuclear energy. There's this thing called nuclear waste that happens.
Nuclear.
Well, orthodox economics ignores the concept. It literally, it does not, there is no part of the mathematic formula that considers externalities, is what they're called. There are positive and negative externalities. One of the positive externalities of like wind energy or like, you know, solar energy is that there's more energy that then goes to the state, you know what I mean? Because you have an excess because it's a renewable resource.
Sure.
But the negative externalities, you know, can often be bad. But orthodox economics ignores them, and you're supposed to just continue to grow ignoring them. So it's just like, it is cancer. It's like when it is, if cancer like literally sat down with a spreadsheet and was like, all right, how do we like break down like what we need to do to continue our existence in like a philosophical way. And it's just like this, it doesn't make any sense because it literally
you're going to kill the host off, man. You're not going to be in existence anymore.
Yeah, it's like, so you're saying that you have to ignore, like, it's like an animal ignoring its own shit. Like, it's not going to live in its own shit unless its shit can benefit it. That's just not like, you know, like you don't shit where you eat. Like, come on, man. Like,
yeah.
What if your shit doesn't exist? See, in my world, my shit just doesn't exist. Okay.
What if you have a strange addiction to your shit and you like eating it?
Oh, perfect time for Kevin to come in.
Oh shit!
Yeah, that's great timing. Jesus Christ.
You know, we have almost the same sun hitting our faces, except I look like a pallid corpse and you look great. It's not fair, bro.
Well, they're coming from opposite directions too, because you guys are on opposite coasts.
Oh my God!
Oh
the sun comes from a different direction. Did you know that when you're on the West Coast, the sun sets west, but when you're on the East Coast, the sun sets
It's just like
east.
Magnets work opposite in Australia.
Hey, dude, how does that shit work, dude? I don't understand, man. You know what I said when I saw a magnet? You know what I said? You know what I said?
Wow.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say, how do those work or some shit?
What makes him
pissed? Also, I said that after, but I had to react first with the wow. You know?
What'd you say?
Well,
something pisses him off. Is it science?
Yeah. Scientists are lying. Yeah.
Scientists definitely are lying. A lot of things piss him off, to be honest. His name is that's Violent J? Is that Violent
J? I think that's Violent J.
I don't think he would be violent if he... Yeah, I don't think he would be violent if he wasn't angry.
Yeah, right. You'd think if he lowered his pissed off fitness, you know, then he would be less violent.
Yeah. See, this is the thing. When everything pisses you off, maybe it's just one thing pissing you off and you're just projecting that singular thing onto everything.
You know, maybe
in your own existence.
You're pissing yourself off.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
You know
what I'm saying?
Know what I mean?
There's this guy on Instagram, and he has this neighbor named Davey, and he's this old dude, and he's just always, he's so easy to set off. He'll just start screaming about like anything.
Those people are like amazing to capture on camera.
Fascinating. He's like chill. He's a chill dude. He just gets riled up super easy, and then he just settles back down
0
right
to
away.
10.
Yeah, exactly. He has no middle ground. Anyway, somebody in the comments was like, man, you making him you know, scream and stuff, like that's not good for him, man. He's gonna have a heart attack. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean making it? The man is 65. Nobody's making him do anything. What are you talking about? This man is perfectly capable of regulating his own emotional reactions if he wanted to. Like you need to
the person
stop.
Yeah, the person is triggering them for entertainment, yes, but maybe their trigger is a little hair thin, a hair trigger.
Yeah, it's not his fault. The man freaks out over every little thing.
Right.
Do you guys remember the kid that would film his brother that was like playing Xbox or some shit?
Oh yeah,
and he would like break some stuff. Like I used to love those videos, man.
Those were classic videos.
Like
I'm pretty sure
the
those
first
were all
couple
fake,
of them.
though.
No, the first couple of them, I don't think
real?
that they were. I think that
All
the first one wasn't. I think that kid was genuinely emotionally like unregulated. Yeah. Like, but I think that after like the second or third one, I do think that they became like you could tell the tone shifted. I think that he caught something organically, you know, like this happens. Like, but this is my brother's third
and then it
Xbox.
went viral, and they're like,
and then it went
we
viral.
gotta do this.
Because my older brothers, like, they broke some shit too. Like my older brothers,
that's
DBZ action. Put Animorphs on there for me. Oh, it's DBGT?
Yeah,
no,
the first one or just Dragon Ball?
It's the first
just
one,
DB.
yeah. Because I still have your hard drive, so it's got the Dragon Ball on it. So I put that on the tiny TV.
That's fire. I totally forgot about that hard drive. Holy shit.
Yeah,
I should see what's on there. I got so much shit. It's ridiculous.
I'm
So much
gonna
coke.
watch that. It looks better than Dragon Ball Z.
It's funny that you mentioned that. I actually just started Dragon Ball last night.
Oh shit, that's what's up.
Since y'all inspired me, I was like, I should go watch Kai. But I'm like, you know what? I was watching Dragon Ball Super. You know what? Fuck it. Let me start all the way from
the way back
and
Fuck
just
it.
go
Kevin-
all the way through.
Did you ever play Dragon Ball GT on PlayStation 1?
That fighting game?
Final bout, yeah.
I played it like once or twice. I don't know who had it. I was over at a friend's house who had it.
It was rare as shit.
It was super rare.
Was it really for real?
Oh, yeah.
Why was it
Remember-
rare?
Because it's
My whole
only in
story.
Japan. Oh, shit.
Remember my whole story, Rob, about how me and my buddy had to put together $60 for it used at Funko Land, like beat up.
Oh yeah, I gotta remember that. Yeah,
This is like the late 90s.
it looks like a not super well made game.
Well,
But
I
it
mean,
might
at
have been
this
super
point,
fun.
when you're
I don't
looking back, but okay, so the
At the
difference
time,
was
it was
like,
fire.
Oh, okay.
yeah, so you
word,
could
word,
fight, right? You fight on the ground, but also you could raise up at different levels and you could be flying.
Oh, that's pretty.
You could charge up.
I like
I mean, the fact that you could use a spirit bomb in a fighting game was fucking dope, even if it took a long time. But if you got a spirit bomb off, dude, I mean, it's a spirit bomb, dude. I don't even remember what we were talking about before you pulled GT up there. Or, Dragon Ball, sorry.
It's just Dragon Ball.
I was thinking.
We were talking about you were the kid who got triggered. Is that what you're saying?
No, we were just talking in general about the motherfuckers who get triggered and then freak
Lose
the
their
fuck
fucking
out.
mind. Yeah.
And then, like, I know I was going to bring up, you see people on Instagram all the time having freakouts and they'll like break the TV.
Yeah.
And it's like a common one that I see now. And it's like, bro, did you really buy a whole TV so that you could make this Instagram, TikTok video? Like,
some people make enough money to do it, right? Off of some of those,
extremely wasteful, but yeah.
If you make more than $100, yeah, it's extremely wasteful. But I was saying that my older brothers, they broke like not TVs, but they broke like controllers. Quite a bit.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Like
it was
the
hard
rage,
not to. Oh my god.
Yeah, like dude, those video games are so fucking frustrating.
I know because oh man, yeah. It's like we were talking about with like the kitchens. It's like close quarters. You're hot. You gotta pee. All these things, factors getting to you. That's like video games, bro. You're like trying these.
You probably got to
motor skills.
You probably have to pee too because you don't
probably
want to
have
get
to
up.
pee.
You've been drinking Mountain Dew
You're
all
probably
day, man.
underfed. You probably have to pee.
That's what
you're
I'm
doing
saying,
all
man.
these fine motor skills. You have all these challenges that you're like just barely escaping. Like
that's what I'm saying, dude.
Navigating that
Aladdin
is difficult. It makes you mad.
Playing Aladdin on Genesis, not easy, dude. Lion King. Come on, man.
Oh my god! Don't even fucking talk about Lion King, dude. All those games were so unnecessarily hard. Like I don't know. Have we talked about like there was like a Chipmunks game that was like so hard? It was like a Rescue Rangers game or something. It was like so
Rescue
hard.
Rangers.
Like, what the fuck? Why is this so hard? Aladdin was so hard. Like, what the fuck?
Man, the Rescue Rangers game. I forgot.
Dude, it was hard as fuck. I don't know why.
I loved the Disney games. They were all hard, but they were really well made. Like they were all side scrollers, you know?
That Aladdin game, I beat that shit like 80 times, bro.
Oh shit. He had no problem with it.
The Nintendo one smashed it. The Sega one would beat my ass on like the first.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Because I went back as an adult and I was like, I got my ass handed to me. It must have been because I played the Sega one. But as a kid, I was like, yo, I remembered beating this. Like, I remember like legitimately, but it was totally because it was on SNES.
Yeah.
SNES. SENES. I don't know what that is. Senes.
Are
BMN Mondays.
Are all the BMN Mondays episodes on there too?
Now you can only fit so many, so I put religion and psychedelics on there.
Oh, okay. Why'd you pick those two of all the episodes?
I don't know.
Favorites.
Just completely random. Well, the psychedelics one I think is really funny because I did this thing where like the video got more trippy as it went. You know,
okay, so we gotta watch
funny.
that. Then.
And weren't you wearing the green screen suit?
I was wearing the green screen suit, so I was just a face floating in the. And then the religion one is funny because there's a drunk meter in the top left that keeps rising as the time goes by, and as we make less and less sense and are saying stupider and stupider things.
All right, okay. Because it's like on the religion one, like I didn't research any religion at all and just hopped on, and it was like one of the few times I only had two times that I got the host, and one of them, I'm intoxicated as fuck and still was spouting some wild shit. I said something wrong. Oh yeah, I said something about Amanita mushrooms having psilocybin, and they don't. They have a different chemical in there. But I've never done them, so also
how dare you?
I don't care. But on that religion episode, I didn't
Hold
know
on.
shit when I got there, so I was like, I hate that episode.
Yeah, we all are dumb as fuck. There's another one that's about, I think, natural. I don't know, something about like natural foods or something. But it starts out hilarious because I have like a clump of yogurt or something in my beard that I didn't know about right away. So I zoom into it and have the X-Files theme play. It's black and white every time it shows up. And then you finally tell me it's there. I'm like, oh. Yeah, it's like really off-putting, and it's funny as fuck.
Oh my God.
Anyway, that shit is hilarious.
Well, speaking of psychedelics and drunk meters and various forms of intoxication,
yes,
the reason that we are here
nice segue.
Nice segue, bro. Your segues have been on point.
Hey, man, I ride the orgasmic segue, you know? Come as you are. You know what I mean?
Wow.
That's fire.
Come. Come.
Yep, come.
Right.
Everybody at the show is cracking up every time.
That was so funny, dude.
That was a one time. That'll never happen again.
Oh, man, you should bring it back sometime.
Nah, no, maybe. All right.
Nah,
come. What we're here for is to talk about the inebriated lives of the rockers. So that's why we're here. That's what we're gonna do. Let's go off the bender. On a bender? Off the rocker?
On a bender. Off a off a wagon.
The chairs off the rocker. Greetings, listeners. Welcome to the Nostalgia Pit, a podcast aiming to dissect pop culture, the subconscious, and other psychological phenomena through a hyperbolic and prismatic lens. Hosted by Rob Snow, Colin Kasser, Kevin Siplin. Theme song produced by Golden Beats. The Nostalgia Pit is available all the places you find your podcasts, including YouTube. That's right. Look at our beautiful faces as we drink beverages and eat food and laugh at each other and look very disgruntled, etc. But we're there. So go ahead and subscribe. Links in the description. But this week, we decided to crack open a cold can of debauchery and let the philandering flow. It's going to sweep us all the way back to the, quote, golden era, end quote, of rock and roll and all the highs and lows it had to offer. So we're going to check out a few stories from some of rock's most notorious partiers. Obviously, there are dozens, if not thousands, of these stories floating about the ether, but we decided that we had to select a few. From the likes of Led Zeppelin, Billy Idol, Queen. I got a couple more if we get to them. But you know, it's very possible that those three alone will take up damn near 90 minutes of content. But if you enjoy what we're doing here in the pit, you want to support us further, go ahead and check out our Patreon, where you can access our brand new exclusive podcast, No Five Talja. Rob, that's right. An entire brand new exclusive podcast for our specialist supporters on the Patreon. Last week, we broke down top 5 PS1 games, and this week, we release our top... last week, we did PS1 games. This week, what did we do? We did movie franchises. That's right.
Movie franchises.
We got Aaron Dono.
Aaron Dono!
Yeah, from the Franchise Doctors, as they just finished their first season of the Franchise Doctors, and they broke down RoboCop. So we decided, we're doing movie franchises based off of a misrecollection on my part, even though I had written the thing down 4 times. So that's a long story. Go listen to No Five Talja if you want to get the whole part of it. But that being said, make sure you go and follow our watch-alongs as well. That's right, 6 p.m. Pacific time every Tuesday. We do watch-alongs on the Theater Nostalgia. Every other week, it's Twin Peaks Tuesdays. And then we got movies scattered among. So make sure you check out our Instagram where you can get that schedule. But you know me, I have rambled, or I'm a rambler, and I have rambled long enough. So I'm going to stop rambling. I figured let's just get right on into this one. What's it called? What's it called, folks? I got a name for it.
Oh shit.
The name's gonna happen.
Damn.
It's gonna happen.
I was just talking about my memory.
Mm-hmm. No, I thought I wrote down a name for the episode, but
You son of a
You did.
bitch.
You texted it to me.
Off the rails? What was that? Was that? What did I say? I was like, I wrote things down places, but sometimes I do things.
I can't believe you've done this.
Celebrity Benders?
Oh yeah.
Celebrity Benders! Alrighty then, let's get to it. Celebrity Benders! I'll warp us back in time. The song's still playing. You can still hear it. Ha
Ha
ha.
What a successful start, guys.
Wow.
Hey,
We've been killing it.
we did a 20-minute cold intro on economics. And, Kevin, I got a question
Just what
for
the
you.
people wanted.
Yeah. Exactly. When they're waiting to hear about celebrity benders, they're going to be like, what the hell are these people talking about?
Orthodox macroeconomics.
Orthodox versus Keynesian
versus Marxism.
Some kind of Marxist economics. I don't understand. We got flagged for saying Marxist, I'll tell you that. What I'll also ask you, Kevin, before we get into this, I got a question for you. The question, of course, is a hypothetical. The hypothetical is, would you rather? That's the style of hypothetical. Okay, so would you rather never have to pee ever again? Okay? Or every time you pooped, never had to wipe?
How would you know that you don't have to wipe, though?
You would just
Oh,
know.
wow. That's okay. Because until you wipe, how would you know that you didn't? That's okay. See, that's an interesting point.
How many times do you poop fully clean before you're just like, you know what? I think I'm good. And you just...
I can never.
I don't know if I would ever gamble like that.
I could never gamble like that. I couldn't do it.
But on the other hand, though, you'd only ever have to use one little square every time. You know what I mean? To just test.
Yeah, you'd have the test square.
A courtesy swipe,
Exactly.
To make
right.
sure.
You could put a mirror down there too.
Wow.
Nope. No, you can't.
I don't want to do that.
That's not possible at all.
That's a level of intimacy I don't want with myself.
Yeah. I don't ever need to see myself shit.
Shame.
This light is so intense on my fucking face, bro.
Don't you have blind?
I do. They ain't doing shit.
This light is also pretty intense on my face.
I'll be right back.
But I'm just gonna rock with it.
If he doesn't use, you know why it's called blinds, right? Because if he doesn't uses it, he's blind.
There's blood.
There's
Blood.
all right. Well, what do you
Okay,
guys?
that's better.
What do you guys want to? What do you guys want to? What do you guys want to start with? So I got, I'll just list off some people.
Okay.
We're here to talk about partying. Okay.
Damn right.
I think Kevin and I are both, or I was inspired by the Billy Idol memes going around, and Kevin saw the same ones, and I was like, all right, I want to look into that a little more because that's ridiculous, but I don't want to give too many details until we get there. So we got Billy Idol, Led Zeppelin, Queen, like I said, the Freddie Mercury, the late. We also got some Motley Crue stuff. I got some Ozzy Osbournes, and I got a little Keith Moon action to go in. And if you don't know Keith Moon, he's the drummer of the Who.
Oh,
That's why you don't.
okay.
That's why you were wondering who it was. You were like, "Who's that?" It's Keith Moon.
Mahoon.
Mahoon.
Well, we should start You know what? Actually, Shroom, you're like on less than me, so you get to decide.
Hey,
I ain't gonna fucking budge my
Wait,
way
you mean
in.
on less drugs,
in.
or like what do you mean on less?
Less bullshit.
Oh,
No, it's not true. He's on way more bullshit.
Yeah, I was about to say. About an equal amount.
That's
you
true.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bullshit comes in different cans.
That is also very true. So
This one looks like tuna. Sorry.
Big ass bumblebee.
Bumblebee tuna.
So I've been hearing about the Billy Idol one. I've been super curious about that for almost years now. I feel like I've always been curious.
Right.
He's like banned from Thailand or some shit, right?
That's what the rumor is.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what the room is. Okay.
I want to know the room. And then speaking of room, I'm glad you like that. One of my favorite Danny Brown songs and lyrics, he has a song Die Like a Rock Star from the Triple X album. And he's got a line, he's like, feeling like Keith Moon shrooms in my dressing room. So I'm curious if there's any shrooms involved with Keith Moon. So we could do those two, and then we could do whoever. Motley Crue, I feel like, has a wild ass one also for some reason. I feel like theirs is going to be extra debaucherous for some reason.
Well, I mean, yeah. So I figure let's start with. I was thinking about doing it in a chronological order, but I don't want to do that. The reason that we got into this is Billy Idol. Okay, because there's a notorious story about Billy Idol, like, Kevin said, did he get ejected from Thailand and has he been banned permanently? I've heard that the army had to be called in. There are a lot of different things.
Whoa,
I didn't hear that.
Okay,
that's awesome.
I'll break down this whole story. So I'm going to be using a lot from Far Out Magazine from the UK. So I want to thank them for putting together some decent
Footy magazine.
It's Far Out, bro.
Footy.
Okay, so as you know, Billy Idol, you guys know who he is.
Yeah, he's got eyes. There's no face involved.
He's got eyes. There's no face. There's a wedding.
Nice day for the
love that video, by the way.
White wedding.
For a wedding. It's white. Yeah. So he is a foundational member of the taking of punk music and bringing it to the pop stage, I guess.
Which is kind of funny because I would never really describe him as punk. You know what I mean?
No, but he also embodied the punk imagery and ideology.
Yeah, maybe.
Like his musical sound doesn't necessarily embody punk at all.
Yeah, his look doesn't really match some of his music. Some of his music.
Eyes Without a Face it matches, but
yeah, that's my song.
I love that fucking song.
Okay.
It's a beautiful song, and that music video is top tier.
So Idol arrived at the Mandarin Oriental Hotel in Bangkok, Thailand. No one predicted exactly how bad it would have gotten. So I have some quotes from Billy Idol about at least his recollection of things that I'll do after this. But so by all accounts, it got out of hand, as you can imagine. He and Billy Idol, if you go back, the man had partied a lot before this. This is 1989 when we're going to Thailand. So this is kind of towards the end of his partying. Things had gotten kind of crazy. His wife, I think, had left him because he was banging a bunch of chicks, as you can imagine. So he goes to Thailand specifically. The reason for this whole thing was to have a sex holiday.
Yeah. I mean, it's a popular sex tourism spot. So yeah.
Yeah. So the whole reason that they're going to go is they're going to have a big sex party, a sex holiday, as it would be called. But Idol, up until this point, like I said, he'd done his fair share of partying, almost overdosing on many occasions.
Almost.
Right.
Couldn't quite get it.
Right.
What a quitter, man.
Right.
So
is he still alive?
That's a good question.
That's a good question. Look that up. So
Yeah, he's like he's touring, bro.
Fire.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So he arrived at the hotel and stayed in the hotel suite for 3 weeks. Okay. So that's how long he's there. He's there for 3 weeks. The drug taking apparently was so bad that Idol was allegedly found unresponsive in the doorway of an elevator with the doors opening and closing on him by none other than Mel Gibson.
Okay. Damn near in his prime.
If you would have had a Mel Gibson sighting in this, strike that on your bingo card and give yourself a pat on the back, because I did not tell you have Mel Gibson coming up to this, party that Billy Idol is at for 3 weeks in Thailand.
Yeah, that's wild. I mean, this was like basically in his prime because this was like as Lethal Weapon 2 was coming out. So, he was hot off the press.
Yeah, that is an interesting imagery. So eventually the management had seen enough and they tried to get Idol out of the establishment. They were just like, yo, you guys are going a little too hard. You guys got to get the hell out. He said no. He was like,
all
no.
right, that's an option.
He was like, go fuck yourself, And so he slammed the door on him. And then so by the time they got him out, it was anywhere from $150,000 to $250,000 in damage. I tried to find an itemized list of what was broken, but all I could find was a bunch of stuff. It was excerpts from his book, Billy Idol's book, which was Dancing with Myself. It was autobiography published in 2014. With myself. And there was furniture. Penthouse furniture was smashed and reduced to, quote, rubble, end quote. Idol later admitted that he was weightlifting at the time and it made him feel, quote, massively powerful, allowing him to easily demolish items during drug-induced violent episodes.
That's what it's all about.
Right.
Multiple televisions were obliterated or reduced to rubble across several hotel rooms. Walls were reportedly defaced or destroyed throughout the suite. Windows were shattered during the rampages. Carpets were reportedly soaked with various substances and liquids. Motorcycles were brought into the suite and used. Yeah. So as you can imagine, $250,000 was the alleged cost.
In 1989, bro. How much is that now?
1989. I was just going to ask you, Rob, I need a calculation.
250,000, that's what you said?
Yeah. Yeah. Give me a 250K in 1989.
Okay, so I guess it's
500,000?
approximately 665,000. You could buy a fucking house in Everett for the amount that he destroyed.
That's crazy. You could buy like 5 houses in like Alabama.
Yeah.
like 15 houses.
I bet in Wyoming you could buy like a whole fucking neighborhood.
You're not wrong. Okay, so the bulk of the cost being attributed to the trashed suite, but there were a lot of unpaid bills, including all of his room service and stuff like that. But then the hotel also lost revenue because the reason that they were trying to kick him out was because that they had a foreign dignitary that that had booked the suite. And they were like, sir, you need to get out. Like we have this suite booked. And he was like, fuck you. And then so they lost revenue from that and had to, rearrange some stuff. And
damn.
So, $250,000.
God damn, bro.
Is the alleged damage. So that's Billy Idol. Now going on to the sex holiday. Okay. I got some quotes from him from loudersound.com, classic rock magazine. And they did an interview with Billy Idol back in the day. All right, so here it is. Going back to 1989 to give you a little bit of story going up to the sex holiday. Okay, his personal life was going into turmoil. Perry Lister was the mother of his son, flew back to England the previous year after catching him cheating. And then while the two of them were trying to patch things up, he was caught in a cycle of indiscretion and depression, is what it says. Then that's
all right.
So
they being discreet.
So he was repeatedly cheating on her, is what that fucking means.
Yeah.
And then he blamed it. I was
And then he
depressed,
got
so I
sad
just
about
fucked
it.
Everyone else. And then I got sad about it. So
He
I
got
just kept
caught and he
fucking.
got sad about it.
Right.
And then I just kept fucking because it's a cycle.
Sounds like he had
So-
sex addiction, to be
Right.
honest.
Yo, because to
I
go on a
mean-
3-week sex holiday,
Bro, like that's commitment.
I love
respect
fucking
that.
as much as the next person, but goddamn.
Like, yeah,
I'm
dude.
just saying,
God,
what if you had infinite resources, including?
I mean, if I
time?
had the money, man. You know.
Yeah, I guess.
It's the key is the time, right? You don't have the like you don't have to worry about bills or anything like that. You just get to have sex. 3 weeks. That sounds exhausting to me. I'm assuming that there's like spa days and downtime in there, that it's not just continued.
Well, yeah, you're not just fucking
Right.
the whole time, but you know,
Is it like
somebody's
8
probably
hours?
fucking
Like how much?
when
Oh,
you're
yeah.
not. You know what I'm saying?
That is
Well, sex
crazy.
holiday, dude.
Yeah, because there has to be so much sex involved for it to be called a sex holiday
Mhm.
specifically. Because you could go on a holiday and be
Yeah.
fucking every
And be
day.
having sex on the holiday.
Right.
Yeah.
But for
How much sex does it? Yeah,
right.
great question. These
All
are
right,
the questions we need to know.
like
Like, yeah. What constitutes a sex holiday? I mean, I guess if the only purpose of taking the holiday is to fuck, I mean, you know, that's probably.
then also yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
So, again, his buddy Harry Johnson.
No way.
There's no fucking way. Dog.
There's no fucking way, but a friend, Harry Johnson, had the answer to Tyler.
What?
So, and this is a quote from Billy Idol that he told this magazine. He said, "We went there to have a whale of a time, a sex holiday, really. But it got out of hand. Bad things started to happen. It had started perfectly innocently. We were just going to drink and not take any drugs," Idol remembered. "After about a week, drinking all the time was getting really heavy, so we asked this cab driver to go get us some blow. He went off and came back with this thin vial. It was like 6 or 7 inches long, and we looked at each other like, what do you think this is? Because cocaine doesn't usually come in a long thing like that. My friend put his finger in it and had a taste. It wasn't blow.
Mm.
You could probably guess what happened next. It was heroin. Ding, 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 ding. That's right, because they are over the height of the opium craze. So yeah, it was some of the strongest heroin you can ever get. Apparently, you only needed a pinprick, and you were, quote, out of your mind, said Idol.
Damn.
Then we had to work out, well, how are we going to take this? We needed some tin foil to smoke it off of. So we went around to all the supermarkets in Bangkok looking for that, but they didn't have any there. And so we ended up using the foil from the chocolate bars at the hotel.
Oh my goodness gracious. This is so debaucherous. Holy
This
shit.
stuff was so strong. This is a continue of the quote from Billy Idol. This stuff was so strong and severely addictive that that we then had to get off of it before we could fly back home, because it's a 14-hour flight and there's no way that you could do that while coming off of heroin.
Mm-hmm.
So you had to get semi-well so you weren't shitting yourself. We went to a pharmacy and got all these downers to knock ourselves out until we were at least normal again. So you're so on heroin and you can't trust yourself to get off the heroin. So you go to the doctor and you get a bunch of tranquilizers so you can be knocked out for a long enough time to where you won't be able to do the heroin because you're knocked out on the tranquilizers. And that's how you get off heroin.
All right. I wouldn't probably recommend that, but
I wouldn't.
Strategy.
No.
I mean, but Rob, you're not a doctor though. It's not Dr.
Sure,
Throb.
that's fair.
Okay. This isn't the
That's fair.
franchise doctors. I don't know if your doctorate carries.
No,
you
it
know,
doesn't carry over.
podcast.
No.
Yeah. It's a singular
medical
podcast
advice,
franchise.
Yeah.
It's like a
not medical.
University of Phoenix. University of Phoenix degree. Some people recognize it. And some
I
don't.
would not personally employ that tactic myself.
Okay. That's
but-
acceptable to say. Yeah.
Bro.
I'm just going to say 9 out of 10 doctors would not recommend.
But hey, give it a try, man. Give it a try. To anybody listening.
Okay.
That's fucking insane.
Dude.
Yeah.
the
Okay.
fuck?
So The process only took a couple of weeks, and it did not go smoothly. Idol here saying, quoting,
I bet
"The
not.
yeah, Billy Idol again quoting, the only trouble was that we'd got a lot of Valiums and heavy tranquilizers. I don't do well on tranquilizers at all. It just made me change personalities completely. I would become violent and start smashing things. I'd been lifting weights, so I was massively powerful. I think we went through a few hotels like that before the Thai army escorted me out of the country on a gurney."
On a gurney. Oh, wow.
So
Wait,
Just
I'm-
strapped down.
I was researching something. So while he's on heroin, he's still like lifting the furniture and like breaking the shit.
Yeah, he's like bashing shit up.
I guess
at
if
this
you're-
point, he's shifted over to Valiums and tranquilizers.
Oh, right. There's
okay.
he's on Valium.
But even
Although,
okay,
yeah,
I'm-
exactly. Exactly. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I mean, what the fuck? How are you managing that, dude?
Yeah. So, according to the legend, the army was forced to shoot Billy Idol with a tranquilizer dart. There's another version of the story that he was injected with a sedative by a nurse.
More
Either way,
believable.
he got off pretty lightly, considering that the Thai authorities, they did not enforce any prison sentence. He did not go to prison.
That's crazy.
So
You're a celebrity. You can do whatever
He-
you
he
fucking
just-
want.
he just
My
got booted
bucket.
from the country, like no fucking prison sentence, nothing, anything like that. So,
Wait, did they charge him? Did they get the 250,000 out of him?
oh yeah, he paid.
Oh, okay,
But I mean, I didn't find anything that he didn't pay,
gotcha.
and from all the stories and his quotes and everything, there's accountability there. So, doing drugs with your friends,
All right.
Bro,
doing drugs with your friends,
next level.
Next
weeks.
fucking level, dude.
breaking shit. Yeah.
What
Billy a
the
fucking
hell?
idol, dude. So, we're not going to actually hit the recap center. But point is, you show up for your sex holiday with intent to only drink alcohol, and then the
fuck.
alcohol and fuck. But then the alcohol becomes too heavy, so you try to get some blow. And then you try to get
Which
the
makes
blow from your cab driver, because, which again makes sense. A lot of people partying for a long time, they want the pick me up. Okay. And this is especially before the days of meth. Okay. And meth is just like a street biker gang, dirty drug, Yeah.
and
So
way
you try to
before
get some of
fentanyl.
that. You try to get some of that, and then and way before fentanyl. And you try to get some of that, but then you end up just getting heroin, and then you go on a heroin bender because it's just so good that you can't do anything except smoke it off of chocolate bar wrappers. And then after you're so bent out on heroin and you know that there's no way you could get off the heroin, so you go to the doctor to get the tranquilizers, and then you get the tranquilizers, but they have the opposite effect on you, and you go superhuman PCP mode, and you start just smashing the hotel up until the army has to come in and shoot you with an even stronger tranquilizer and then eject you from the country.
Wow.
Legendary status.
That is very legendary indeed. I'm glad.
I would not
finally.
really think to do any of that, but
Same.
It makes me like doing research for this, and we talked to Fresh Kills about a couple times that he's been on, but he's read all of the autobiographies and like stories of like from the rock era, the golden era of rock and roll, everything from the 60s Zeppelin, Jimi Hendrix and shit like that up into like the Motley Crue and a lot of those things. But he loves biographies and autobiographies of musicians. But this made me want to go and read a bunch of the do some more stuff. Either way, you know what, $250,000 is a lot of money.
it's a lot of
what I'm
money.
saying?
Man. It's nothing
Right.
to
It's
a lot
shake
of
a
money.
stick at.
Right.
You know what else is a lot of money? How much money we're about to get paid from this fucking
Oh,
Nice.
That's what is going to happen. We're going to go to a sponsor real quick because we got a brand new sponsor. Because I hit up the sponsors and I was like, hey, I got this new commercial. I got an idea, and so as we're doing an episode about drugs, I figure, why not go big pharma? And that's why we're making so much goddamn money.
Fuck yeah.
Big pharma.
Taint Collabs has brought you countless products that have improved your life. Taint paint, mustache musk, genital wash, just to name a few. But have you seen these obscene fucking profits these pharmaceutical companies make? Because we did, and we thought, holy fucking shit, and we're out here making ball wash and paint for near your butthole? So with profits, helping people in mind, we're proud to announce the formation of Taint Collabs. New, innovative, and most importantly, profitable drugs for a world whose drugs just haven't been profitable enough. Drugs! Buy our drugs! Taint Collabs, a subsidiary of Taint Co.
Taint Collabs.
Did he say Taint Pink?
Taint
Paint.
Taint
Yeah.
Paint. Okay,
Taint
Taint
paint.
Paint.
Yeah,
I don't know
they
what
paid us a
drugs
lot
they're
of money.
developing, but hey, I'm happy for Taint Co.
Taint
man.
Co. I mean, well, as they said, they were like looking around at the field, and they were like, well, they're making so much money off drugs. Why are we making taint paint? So
I can't imagine Taint Paint especially after they paid us. I can't imagine they were making a lot of money.
You'd be surprised. They let me peek at the numbers. That's how confident they were.
They doing good? That's good.
You'd be surprised how many people need to paint their taint.
I don't know any. Oh
It's
God, there's
because-
something in my eyeball.
It's because people don't like to talk about or show their taint. But if you looked at more taints, you'd see more paint.
Damn.
But you can't see anything because something's in your eye.
I'm not laughing at your pain. I'm also
I'm laughing at your discomfort, not your pain.
right, exactly. In that shriek, that was awesome.
Ah! Yeah. All right. What were you gonna say? Were you gonna say something?
No,
Something about taint? No.
I like
wasn't
taint.
gonna say anything. I like a taint, maybe two. All right. Well, I'm gonna pick the next one, unless Throb has something to say, but I'm gonna assume he doesn't because he's.
I think I got it out.
He's got things in his
You got it
eye.
out?
God damn. That was
Got it
painful.
out of your eye.
Ow.
Do you have a selection for number 2, Rob? Do you want to hear some Freddie Mercury? You want to hear some Led Zeppelin? You wanna hear some Motley Crue?
I want to save Motley Crue because I know that's going to be real bad. So,
Is that like the best for last type shit?
yeah, like I feel like that should be like pretty close to last. I don't actually know which one is the worst, but that seems like. But you'd be surprised though. Sometimes like the yacht rockers would be like just absolutely debaucherous. So it's like hard to tell, man. Like I heard some shit from the Beatles that was wild.
What'd you
I
hear?
don't know. I can't really remember the details. I was just like, I remember being like, whoa, what? The Beatles? What the fuck?
The Beatles.
Beatles.
I mean, dude, people.
What
they
the
did some things.
hell?
All right, so we're gonna go on to Led Zeppelin because
Okay,
you're not
let's
picking-
go.
So this one
Robert
has
Platt, what are you doing?
this one has a local tie-in, going back to
Pioneer Square?
the-
Seattle?
kind of.
The hotel?
You guys
Off
know the
the pier?
Edgewater
The
Yeah,
Edgewater?
the
Edgewater Hotel.
in
Hey.
Seattle?
Oh my God.
Oh my god.
So the Seattle Pop Festival in 1969. Led Zeppelin played at it.
I
Okay.
don't believe that.
Well, it happened, and they played with a band named Vanilla Fudge, amongst other bands.
Okay.
You never heard of Vanilla Fudge?
No.
Oh my god.
They've covered the song "Keep Me Hanging On," and it's one of the nastiest covers of all time.
Keep me hanging on.
I love that song.
It's a great song.
Don't
Vanilla Fudge,
why
huh?
don't you
Look at that guy. Look at that badass motherfucker, man.
He's
Hell
The
old.
yeah.
Vanilla Fudge?
Yeah, apparently. All right, I respect them.
Yeah.
I got respect for him.
Okay, so
Keep me hanging on.
hang in on.
I added it to the queue. I'm gonna add it to the queue right now.
Bro,
Man,
the
me
vanilla
too,
fudge
bro.
version
I forgot
specifically.
about that fucking song.
Which one? What
That
up?
song. I forgot about it.
Oh, it's heavy, dude. Okay, so you guys know about the alleged Led Zeppelin 1969?
Oh, I stopped it because I know we would get banned on YouTube.
Yeah, right.
Or whatever
Yeah,
the
you know,
fuck.
you're right. Probably get fucking banned.
We could just do the whole thing. Or I could do the whole thing. Just loop myself. Okay, so you guys don't know anything about the 1969 Led Zeppelin Seattle Pop Festival Edgewater incident?
Kind of, I think. It's like I don't know. There's something about like a fish or something. See, that might be the Beatles story though. Somebody like put a fish up some girls. Anyway.
Okay.
The fuck?
I don't know, man. Some shit, bro. People be doing shit.
The people do be doing shit. It's true.
This story first surfaced in public on Frank Zappa's live album, The Fillmore East, June 1971. It contained a humorous ditty called The Mudshark. It was based on Vanilla Fudge's testimony, recounting, apparently, to the band The Mothers, when the two bands bumped into each other at the Chicago airport just after the Seattle Festival. Okay. Quote Frank Zappa here. Let's say you were a traveling rock and roll band called the Vanilla Fudge. Let's say one night you checked into the Edgewater Inn with an 8mm movie camera, narrates Zappa. Before you going on to describe, quote, a succulent young lady with the taste for the bizarre, the song then bursts into a chorus promoting the Mudshark as a new dance craze set to sweep the nation. So Frank Zappa having fun. So for a couple of years, the story was bouncing around the community as a piece of telephone. Okay. And a game of telephone. So the whole affair. So what allegedly happened,
affair.
okay, is that the Edgewater Inn, the Zeppelin was there. John Bonham and what was the guy that wrote the book? Richard Cole. So, okay, the whole affair gathered traction in the mid-'80s with the publication of Stephen Davis's unauthorized Led Zeppelin biography called Hammer of the Gods. So I've heard about this book. This is a book of legend. You know, it wasn't from Led Zeppelin's perspective. So a lot of people believe it because it's the truth behind, you know, like the things that the people weren't going to admit that they were going to do. If it was a, you know, for an example, a biography done by Robert Plant and Jimmy Page and stuff, like you wouldn't probably hear the salacious stories. We all know how documentaries work. Okay, so the band's road manager, Richard Cole, says that he and John Bonham caught a number of fish from the window of their hotel room.
Yes,
at the Edgewater.
okay.
So yeah, that was a
Okay,
fish.
okay.
There's a
It's
fish.
directly
I
situated.
thought it was the Beatles for some reason for a second, but yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
So directly situated, you don't know the Edgewater Inn in Seattle, Washington. It's directly situated above Elliott Bay, and it advertised that you could fish from the windows. I don't know if it still does this to this day, but this was one of the selling points back in the day, is literally you could go and fish from your fucking hotel room and catch a fish and then gut it in your hotel. Like, I don't imagine that they promote that in today's day and age, but I don't know. Okay. So Stephen Davis, then he describes, you know, how one girl, a quote, pretty young groupie with red hair, was disrobed and then tied to the bed. According to Legend of the Shark episode, Led Zeppelin then proceeded to stuff pieces of the shark into her vagina and rectum.
You could have said hoo-ha, man. Jesus.
And I'm just reading. I was reading the quote. I had to finish the quote.
Fuck.
Jeez.
I'm sorry. So Vanilla Fudge singer Mark Stein supposedly filmed the entire thing on Super 8 camera. Richard Cole in the book asserted that the groupie loved it and there's nothing malicious in any way and blah, blah, blah. And yeah, it's creepy. Very creepy.
I don't know if I... All right. Yeah, right. Okay, there we go. Because I'm like, wait a minute. She enjoyed this? I don't know, man.
Yeah, she a real freak.
People like some weird shit, though. I mean, I don't know, man. It doesn't... It both doesn't surprise me that there would be a person out there that would enjoy this, and it also doesn't surprise me that there would be people out there willing to do this. And it doesn't surprise me that... It wouldn't surprise me as well that someone would say that they're willing to do some things that they aren't comfortable with just to engage with people that they want to engage with.
You know that's a good point.
That's also a strong possibility. So then the incident was revisited in Cole's own book, the 2002 Stairway to Heaven, the Led Zeppelin Uncensored book. Rumors circulated of some nefarious things. So as you guys can, you guys were creeped out by it. The creeped out rumors started to go around and it started to escalate, as you can imagine. And nothing ever happened, but there were rumors on one side of all these things happening. And then the rumors on the other side of like a person being tied down and, things being put to them. So either way, Led Zeppelin, you tie all this together with the fact that, what's his face? The guitarist. No, Jimmy Page.
Yeah.
Dated a 14-year-old for a good while.
Wow.
Like
Jesus
openly.
Christ, bro. In his 20s, 30s, what?
How old was...
That's ridiculous.
Jimmy Page, 14-year-old girlfriend. He was 29 years old. She was 14.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And so he became infatuated with this young groupie. So, I mean, this is like... So, as you can imagine, you're a rock and roll artist. You're playing for stadiums and stuff like that. People get in backstage. Sometimes they're not 18. Okay. Maybe you should control yourself. But he became infatuated with a 14-year-old girl that, was a groupie. And he was with her for a very long time. And then he broke up with her. And my dad, actually, I was talking to my dad, he got this email from this Australian publication that was going off on Rolling Stone magazine, because Rolling Stone magazine had published a thing recently on the greatest guitarists of all time, as they do. They do their lists. They've always been known to do their lists. Rolling Stone is very popular with that. But they dropped Eric Clapton from like third greatest guitarist of all time to like 35th.
Oh, damn.
And their reasoning was his vaccination, his status, his belief on vaccinations.
That's a bad reason to drop Eric Clapton, because he also had like a very racist rant at a music festival. That would be a much better reason, especially after being such a like fervent blues musician.
Yep.
That would be a much better reason to drop him down.
Yeah,
but
well, there's a plethora of. I mean, we got more than a fistful of reasons that you could drop Eric Clapton down. But the irony, of course, is that Rolling Stone is like, wait, all of a sudden you're going to start policing ethics,
right?
And like,
yeah,
like,
good point.
And then my dad was telling me this, and I was like, "Where's Jimmy Page on this list?" He's like, "number 3." And I was like, what the fuck? Like, it's just like literally
and
wild,
like, bro.
Yeah. My dad knows all about the Jimmy Page stuff too. So he's like, yeah, it's ridiculous. It's just like Rolling Stone, like this guy's anti-vax. So we're going to knock him down 30 points on the greatest guitarists list of all time, which is something that has nothing to do with fucking who cares. Like what? Like it just, again, why? Like this is what happens when you start trying to police ethics and stuff like that as a publication, when you're an art publication that has been literally like promoting the work of horrible people for years.
Yeah, you got that right.
I mean, once again, as we discovered, what was it, the episode we did a little while ago? You got to be a piece of shit to make art. This is just math.
Right.
Okay. This is just
Right.
Par for the course, man.
par for the course. Okay, so that was Zeppelin. Okay.
Okay.
There's a bunch more shit. You know, they've trashed hotel rooms and partied with a lot of groupies, and you know, it's largely kind of gross to me. You know, a lot of it becomes a power flex at a certain point where they're just doing things because they can, and they're pushing boundaries because they are looking for any of that stuff. But one that's not as gross, but has some gross elements to it, is one of my favorite musicians of all time.
This is the Freddie Mercury one.
Yeah.
Oh, let's hear it. I don't know anything about this.
I
Let's
knew
go.
The way you said that, well, I don't know why I had a feeling it's going to be gross. He's going to do some gross
Frederick
shit.
Mercury.
I don't know anything about this. Oh, I'm excited.
Me
You don't know
too.
anything about Freddie Mercury?
I mean, I know about Freddie Mercury, but I don't know
Tell
about
me
his
what you know about Freddie Mercury.
debaucherousness. He was a prominent gay man, an excellent vocalist, had a fantastic mustache. He was a musical genius.
Yeah.
And his band was massively popular, and his son is a musician as well.
Son was
I mean,
a
I think he's
musician.
got a son that's a musician. I don't fucking know. Maybe I'm wrong.
I actually don't know that. Okay, so all I can say is that there was an album by a band. The band was Queen, and the album was their 7th album. Okay, it was released. The album's called Jazz. That's just what the album's called. Okay.
Oh, shit.
So Freddie Mercury, he wanted to throw a record release show. As you could imagine, that's what one does when they're releasing an album. And, you know, it's 1980 at this point. Is that right? Is that right? What year?
Well, I don't know.
I can't remember. I think it's 1978. That's
Yeah.
right. So disco, Queen, the 70s. Okay. Just saying. So flash forward or back, you know, 'cause it is 1978. Flash back to New Orleans, 1978.
Okay.
The Imperial Ballroom inside the Fairmont, New Orleans. Freddie Mercury, the expert partier, has lived by the mantra of excess in all areas. That's a quote. He overwhelmed 400 guests at the launch of Queen's 7th album, Jazz. That's right. So this party had it all. Quote, voluptuous strippers who smoked cigarettes with their vaginas. Okay.
I like that they were voluptuous, though.
Yeah, me too. That's a very key detail.
Yeah.
Voluptuous. Dwarfs. Snake charmers. A dozen black-faced minstrels.
Oh.
Several bosomy blondes who stunned party revelers by peeling off their flimsy costumes to reveal that they were, in fact, well-endowed men.
Okay.
Okay. It's described in Pamela DeBar's book, Rock Bottom, Darkest Moments in the Music of Babylon. So if you want a more in-depth description of the party, that's the book to go look for. So again, as I was looking through all these details, you know, you just have to skim a lot of stuff. But I was like, man, I wanted to read about some of this because this is absurd. So Halloween 1978, the ballroom was outfitted with 50 dead trees, rented especially for the occasion, which made it look like a skeletal forest, kind of witchcraft themed. Okay. All of Bourbon Street's biggest freaks and eccentrics were hired to entertain, leaving other bars and clubs forced to close for the night. That's right. Freddie Mercury bought the town out for his fucking party. He's like,
God
no, all you other
damn.
bars need to shut the hell down. This is where it is. Okay. So Mercury and everyone arrived, preceded by the Olympia Brass Band and flanked by snake charmers and strippers dressed as nuns. Between sips of the finest champagne and a bill that would later allegedly tally $200,000 in 1978, Rob. So
Wow.
is that like
probably the same amount,
$800,000?
really? Let's see.
No, well, Yeah, I'd say 750. Let's say 750. It's gonna be like
1978, huh?
I'll say 800,000.
It is going to be what? Okay, I wouldn't have expected that. 200,000 in 1978 is equivalent in purchasing power to approximately $1,012,923 in 2026.
Bro, that inflation between 78 and 89. Holy
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
All right.
American dollar fucking died in the 80s.
bro.
Dude, well,
Reagan,
that makes sense
Reagan.
because there was like a massive economic depression in the late 70s. I don't
That's
know.
true. That's
Anyway, crazy.
so
Christ.
fucking that's a crazy. So yeah,
Whoa, wait a minute. How much was it at Billy Idol's shit again?
In 89 or whatever, 250,000 was like equivalent to 600 and something thousand.
Yeah.
In 1979,
Yeah.
200,000 was equivalent to $1 million.
yeah.
That's
That's fucking crazy, man.
So there was allegedly a room in the back where music execs could enter, and they would receive sexual favors. This is a quote from Freddie Mercury. Okay. He told one publication. It doesn't say what publication. It says most hotels offer their guests room service. This one offers them lip service.
Wow.
So, yeah. The biggest rumor of all followed what later was billed as Saturday Night in Sodom. That was what it was, referred to, the Halloween party. So the biggest rumor was that a legion of dwarfs with trays of cocaine strapped to their heads made the way around the party. It was never officially denied, but none of the reports from the evening and many press and guests were present would make mention of it officially. So,
I'm not loving this party, man. There's elements of it that are just fine with me, and there's elements that I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why include this?
right.
the whole thing is why, right? I mean,
But
like it stops being why when it's like, oh, we're having a record release party. And then I guess, like you're like, okay, well, we're going to have alcohol and strippers.
Blow
and,
makes sense. Strippers. Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, we get the blackface.
I don't like that.
And
I don't like the
dwarfs.
exploitation of little people
Not a
for
fan
no fucking
of,
reason.
right.
And this is just to entertain, right? This is just for like you literally the rich white people. We're all doing all the blow. Yeah, to be like,
oh,
it's
I'm
so
having
funny.
a marvelous time.
I just did line of a dwarf's head.
Yeah, dude. That's it. Like a fucking animatronic, like a broken animatronic.
It's crazy, man.
Looking ass.
I hate it, dude.
Dude, I was just like, oh man, like it made me hate or not hate Freddie Mercury, but like he got dark. You know,
He
what I
lost
mean?
some points.
Yeah, he definitely lost
Dark
some fucking
Freddy.
points, man.
Listen, you look into the real, like any of you. Don't make your heroes anything other than human. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, there's also very much that.
So Elton John was quoted, or he told Leslie Ann Jones for her in-depth biography of Freddie Mercury titled Mercury, an Intimate Biography of Freddie Mercury. Yeah, I said Freddie Mercury like 6 times, not that. So this is Elton John. He said, Freddie Mercury would come out and party with me, which is saying something. We'd be up for nights sitting there until 11 in the morning, just flying high. So they would just getting blown out. Crocodile Rock, dude.
Crocodile Rock. I've never heard that.
Yeah. Fucking
That's
Freddie
a song
Mercury
right
was.
there.
Well, Crocodile Rock is a song by Elton John. So.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah. I mean, but you could make a song.
It's one of my
referencing it.
least favorite Elton John songs.
It's my
Blown Out
least
Crocodile.
favorite.
It's
Yes.
not very good. He had a run of songs that were fucking annoying, actually, to me.
I'm
But
gonna add that to my list to check out. Add it to the queue.
It's
he has some
bad,
bangers
man.
too, I'll be
No, he's
honest,
got
but
bangers. I mean, Tiny Dancer, Rocket Man.
Fucking
like,
Road, Yellow Brick Road. Come on, man. It's like one of the best.
Wait,
Your
Tiny
Song's
Dancer
not
was.
bad.
Oh yeah, I knew that. Never mind.
Hold me closer.
Also,
Tiny
He
Tony
has that
Danza.
song, Tony Danza.
Closer, Tony Danza.
He has that song that's like, it's a little bit funny, but then again, no.
Your song.
Your song. But it's
I think
so
it's called
funny
Your
because he's like, in this song, he's like, I'd be a sculptor. Wait, no, I'd be a painter. No, wait, what color are your eyes again? Wait, hold on a minute. You know what I mean? Like, that's the whole song. It's really funny if you look at the lyrics.
We could spelunk it.
We should not do that, maybe, but maybe.
Yeah, no, I'm actually good
But
on that one.
Yeah,
You know what I'm also good on?
Your what? Your song?
Your song?
Your song. There's some pretty good covers of it. There's a cover by, I want to say, there was a cover by this gal in the 2000s, late 2000s, early 2010s that got turned into like some dubstep or electronic covers, and it was big in the dance scene,
The
for a
EDM
minute.
scene.
The Edom scene.
The Edom.
There was this website. I don't even remember what it was called. But it
Also,
was just
Ewan
like this-
McGregor sang it in Moulin Rouge, pretty sure.
I don't like that. I never saw Moulin Rouge. I never will.
You know, like a Baz Luhrmann movie? What's up?
I'm not a Baz. I'm not a Baz man.
Not a
an ass
Baz man. Speaking of John Leguizamo, killer in Romeo and Juliet.
I mean, I like that one. I would go back and watch that.
No, fuck that
I
movie.
need a limited recall.
You don't like that? You don't like the movie?
No, I saw it recently, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Oh, did you? Okay, I haven't.
Well, maybe
okay.
it was on. Maybe it was on somewhere, and I saw like a clip of it or something. But
See, I
I
haven't
could believe that it
revisited
wouldn't
it
be
since like fucking Jesus
Soundtrack's
Christ,
good.
man. 2002.
All right,
You know what I mean?
limited recall.
I watched it recently.
Limited recall.
I just want him to speak normally.
You don't like all that thou and thy and all that?
I don't know. I get confused. I'm too dyslexic for that. All right,
yeah,
you know what I'm not
same, bro.
confused.
That's what I'm at too. I'm like, what the fuck are y'all talking about?
Yeah.
I'm not smart. I can't decipher this shit.
Hell no, no. But I'm not. I might be confused about what pronouns exist in the Shakespearean English. But what I
Also,
am
Shakespeare.
Not,
Oh yeah, go ahead. My bad.
no. What are
You were in
saying?
the middle of a segue, man. Shit.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
but
Well, I was gonna
but
say
the
Will Shakespeare is like E40 in the sense of like he was making up his own slang and shit too. So that makes it way harder to understand what the fuck he was saying because the words don't translate. He's using like bespoke ass language that I don't know what it means.
I just want to point out that you're assuming it's a he.
What, Will Shakespeare?
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure, hey, you're right. Who knows?
Was he trans?
No, I don't know.
No.
Maybe. Who knows?
You guys
Only
don't
Will
know about
Shakespeare
the
could have said-
Shakespeare conspiracy theories?
Oh, that like, well, I know that like other people wrote
I forgot
for
about
Will
that.
Shakespeare.
There are multiple. So, A, you're like,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. You're like, oh, Shakespeare is a he. I'm like, A, it could have been it could have been Queen Elizabeth. That's a very strong possibility.
I didn't hear that one.
Mythologically, Will Shakespeare is a he. However, you're right. There could have been like many different writers that went. by
That's
pen
the other
name Will
possibility,
Shakespeare.
that it was like a collective of writers. Because when you look at the fact of the matter is, when you look at the amount of works, you need someone that is either removed from society in a royal or rich fashion, right? Like the Queen, someone who doesn't
You're
have to
really
do
committed to
anything
the
except for-
Queen.
I'm just saying it's a possibility.
Oh, because
or
the Queen of because Freddie Mercury.
Nice.
Ah,
I would-
getting it.
Damn.
anyway,
No, but seriously, like there are two possibilities, in my opinion, like of the conspiracy theories that make sense. Is one that it was someone who was royalty, and the other was that it was a group of people. Because of the amount of works, doesn't make sense for someone to be able to have done that.
He had a lot of shit. This is true.
yeah, he did.
And
Very
so the
prolific.
likelihood is that it was a female pen artist, because women weren't allowed to write or create arts, and also he was very ahead of his time with the ideology, the emotionality.
That is true.
Like the emotional awareness of Shakespeare is what carries it through to everything else, and dudes typically aren't that emotionally aware.
Yeah, he even had that one where a woman was playing a man in the story, and like falling in love with the woman, or a woman was falling in love with her. Anyway, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't really
Yeah.
know that play, so
Shit,
what am I
that's,
talking about?
I mean, because you're a Shakespearean scholar, because I understand that. But I was going to say, as I was so rudely interrupted,
Yeah.
but I knew if I continued with the segue,
Which would have been smooth had I not interrupted
it
you.
would have been smooth, but then we wouldn't have gotten Shakespeare, so I wouldn't have figured it out. But point is, I want to get paid, so.
Oh, okay.
Taintco Labs is the newest subsidiary of Taintco, and they are changing the way prescriptions are handled. Home delivery of drugs isn't new. Neither is factoring in side effects of the drugs you choose. But now, thanks to the innovations of Taintco Labs, that's all going to change. Bespoke, curated prescriptions, delivered to your house. Only you choose the side effects. Do you rely on a safe, effective drug, but the erectile dysfunction side effect is just too much to take? No worries. With Taintco Labs, just choose drug option B and say goodbye to the flaccid side effects. Now, is the explosive diarrhea going to be any better for your sex life? Probably not. But with Taintco, the choice and the power is yours. Sign up for Taintco Labs' bespoke, curated drug delivery program today. Taintco Labs, a subsidiary of Taintco.
I looked up and my name is Darkness, and I was out of context. It's funny.
Yeah, I did notice that. I meant to ask and never got around to it.
Well, I was like this earlier, and I came up and I didn't have my thing open, and then I wasn't talking to Rob, and so I just changed my name to
Darkness. Darkness is spreading. Love, I got Shroom Daddy 69, you got Throb, and then you got just Darkness.
Well, now we're back. Now we're back.
Back in action.
Back in action. Okay, well, since we're finishing on Motley Crue, and I don't have the most detailed Motley Crues, but you know what I mean. It's
that Freddie Mercury one was very surprising. I did not expect all of that. So
most of them are upsetting.
Agreed.
You know what I mean? It's like you're like, oh, I want to hear these stories of like the partying and stuff like that, and you're like, ew.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like almost every one of them, you're like, ew.
Ew.
Right.
So let's talk about Keith Moon. Okay, Keith Moon's shrooms in his
Keith
dressing
Moon.
room. Kevin, I'm sorry, but there is no shrooms in this story. So.
Oh,
damn.
shit.
I like that sounder. That's awesome.
But there was an event. Okay, there was an event, and it was the birthday party of Keith Moon. He turned 21 years old.
Oh shit!
And
He's a young
they were on tour, and this was in Flint, Michigan. So they were at the Holiday Inn in Flint, Michigan.
We be chilling at the Holiday Inn in Flint, Michigan.
In Flint, Michigan. What's Chingy doing right now? You know, I wonder.
It's a good ass question, bro.
So Flint had apparently already been subjected to Keith Moon's wild side. He spent a lot of his time diving from rooftops into the pool, blowing up toilets with cherry bombs, which was one of his favorite tasks. And he was just genuinely a shit stirrer. So Keith Moon gets a bunch of cakes because it's his birthday, and he gathers everyone into the ballroom and to look at the cakes. And then Barry Whitman, who was the drummer for the band Hermits, he took a little bit of the cake, Keith took a little bit of cream from the frosting from the cake and flicked it at Barry, and then Barry didn't like. Everyone laughed, and Barry didn't like that, and so Barry threw some cake back at him and started a big cake, a very, very large full scale food fight. So yeah, that happened. And then the partying kept going and the debauchery continued. And then Keith Moon decided that he was going to drive a car into the swimming pool. So he went, there was a bunch of cars parked like on a hill, like with a swimming pool down below it. And he like jumped into one of them and took the e-brake off and it went down into the pool. And so that happened. And then they drank a bunch more beer. And there was a bunch of ruckus. And where's the part that I needed to get to? Oh, okay. So here's the part. So he drives into the pool. Okay. So Keith Moon, he later told the story with a bit more detail. So he said, so he's sitting there in the driver's seat of the Lincoln Continental, underwater, water pouring in, coming in through the bloody pedal holes in the floorboard, squirting in through the windows. In a startling moment of logic, I said, hell, I can't open the doors until the pressure is the same. It's amazing how I remembered all these things from my physics class, he later recalled. So I'm sitting there thinking about the situation as the water creeps up to my nose. And just when there's enough air at the top of the car to take a gulp, fills his lungs, throws open the door, rises to the top, went back and partied.
Solid technique, man.
Yeah. So the clarity of this event is either, just life or death. And, he figured that out. But needless to say, the clarity did not continue for the rest of the night. So...
was everybody still covered in cake when all of this was happening too?
I think the cake had probably, either been washed off by the pool or, like things like that, I'm sure that they got the cake off.
All right. Was everybody
showered,
just hanging out for hours with cake all
just
over
creamed up?
I mean, it's a Holiday Inn. They're going in and out of hotel rooms. I'm sure that there's like 10 people taking a cake shower. You know what I mean? That was probably half the fun. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So Keith Moon still in party mode. He decided to rip the trousers off a fellow party goer from the pocket and ripped it all the way to the floor. Okay. So naturally, the party goer responded by grabbing Keith Moon's pants and pulls them down, left him standing full Pooh Bear. Okay. So now you got Keith Moon. He's full Pooh Bear. And
Keith Moon mooning everybody.
Oh, shit.
Keith Moon straight up mooning everyone. Okay. So, and then he starts to try to fight the guy who pulled his pants off because, nothing like the dude that's a prankster. That a person does the same thing back to him and then they get in a fight over it.
Also, trying to fight with your pants around your ankles, it's not the move, man.
Not the move. So the police officer who had been there to protect the Who from crazy fans. So imagine that job. Your job is you have to be at the hotel and just make sure that crazy fans don't go in there and let them just party and be themselves. Like, it's such a fucking weird job. Literally rich people fucking patrol. Right? So the police officer, he's there to protect the Who from the crazed fans, but he takes his revolver out of his holster and turns it to Keith Moon and is like, you're breaking the law of public indecency. So this cop all of a sudden is just like, he got so offended that he saw Keith Moon's dick that he pulled a gun on him and was like, I am going to arrest you. So Keith Moon did what any 21-year-old on his birthday, wasted as all hell, would do. And he quickly turned away and tried to sprint. But being as drunk as he was, he landed flat on his face, knocked out 4 teeth.
God damn.
Of course, the party did not end. It continued. It kept going. The debauchery apparently cost the Who $50,000. I don't know what year this is. This had to be the 60s. All right, hold on. So let's look up Keith Moon's age.
Right, there you go.
Well, Keith Moon died in 1978, so I mean that helps,
Right.
So, but point is, he was 21 at the time, so this was 1967. So 67, $50,000, Rob. Tell me.
Let's see. Okay. Oh, wow. You want to make a guess or not?
I like the guessing. 50,000 and was it 68?
67.
67. Shit.
That's a whole lot of mathing right now because
I'm gonna guess. Oh, go ahead.
Queen's Party was in 69.
78.
78.
78. Yeah.
God damn it.
78.
Yeah, I see. I can't remember shit.
322,000.
That's so specific.
Yeah, goddamn. I'll say 420,000.
Shroom, you're way closer. It's 50,000 in 1967 is equivalent to purchasing power to about 494,330.
Oh, damn.
And 84 cents.
Damn.
So there you go. 50,000 in 1967, almost $500,000. $200,000 in 1978 is $1 million, and 250,000 in 1989 is 650,000 or something. There you go, guys.
All I know is that who would have known this was an economics episode?
It's a heavy economics episode. Yeah, we went deep into it.
Start to finish.
Yeah.
Well, do you want to hear us a quick story about King? Well, I was just looking up Keith Moon's death.
I thought you were going to say dick.
Which would have all I was about to say, like, that's irrelevant, but no, it's actually
very
quite relevant because he was Pooh Baron.
Right.
But now there's this whole thing about a flat in which Harry Nilsson, singer Cass Elliot, died at the age of 32, and they believed that it was a cursed apartment and that Keith Moon moved into it. And Keith Moon believed that lightning wouldn't strike it twice in the same place. But then he
Is this in New Orleans?
No, this is in London.
Okay.
So he wanted to get sober. So he got prescribed a bunch of drugs and pills. And the doctor apparently was unaware of his like drug problems and prescribed him a bottle of 100 pills, instructing him to take one pill when he felt a craving for alcohol, but not more than 3 pills a day. And so, of course, he overdosed. And
yeah, it sucks, man. Like people trying to get sober are the ones that overdose and die more often than not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's that anxiety that rips you, and like you're just like grasping for anything. And
plus, you reduce your tolerance, but you don't think about that. Like if you want to, like, hey, I'll just do like one last little bit of a drug. You think in terms of like when you were doing it, so you end up taking way too fucking much. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, or just binge out.
Damn.
Peace out, Keith Moon.
Yep. Peace out, Keith Moon.
Honestly, his story was the least like worrisome or like
no, he was just partying and being a dick, right? He was
just being an asshole.
He was being a young fucking asshole, you know. Like,
he wasn't being potentially predatory sexually. He wasn't being racist. He wasn't.
Well, you want to hear about some creepy?
A lot of destruction. It is pretty disrespectful. I will give him that.
But that's better than the other two.
Yeah.
You know.
Honestly.
I'll take the destruction.
So this one is just gross.
Hell yeah, let's get gross.
Oh shit.
We didn't even do Motley Crue yet. Okay.
Unless hold on. So I got this Motley Crue. We could go through Ozzy real quick. Do you want to? Should I go through Ozzy and then Motley Crue? Because they are tied together a little bit.
Yeah, let's do it.
They would be tied together, huh?
Yeah. So there is a famous instance where they were hanging out. But so this is just an article. It's 26 craziest things Ozzy ever did. I'm going to skip some of them. We're not going to go through all 26, but this isn't all partying, right? Some of it is just Ozzy being a legend. Okay. He was arrested and convicted for burglary in 1964. He He got revenge on his teacher while still in school. His metal shop teacher, Mr. Lane, would often punish Ozzy by slapping him on the ass with a big piece of wood. To get even, Ozzy would heat a penny for 3 or 4 minutes and then slip it into his desk. At some point, Mr. Lane, out of curiosity, would pick up the penny and Ozzy would laugh. So that's what he would do as a kid, would burn his
That's dope.
things.
I like that. That's not good.
I mean, he would just, have sex with groupies all the time and then just take penicillin just to be sure, it just would, just great
you
for
should
your
probably
immune
like
system.
do some pre-sex work before you worry about the post-sex work. Like maybe a rubber or a test.
Right.
But, either way.
Just take penicillin.
Just take some penicillin. Man, I was like in New Orleans, we went to this museum and they were talking about like ways that people staved off STIs, like especially like sex workers. It is dark, bro. They were like douching with like Clorox and shit. Like,
Jesus.
like that was like a thing that was marketed as a way of like. Anyway, it's wild, bro.
I've been to the sex museum and there was a bunch of wild shit in there, but you just revamped. Damn.
Brutal, man. Brutal, bro.
Very brutal.
Apparently, Ozzy would often share cocaine with stewardesses. He, at one point in time, lit a bunch of chickens on fire. He hated chickens and hated feeding them. One night, when drunk, he took his shotgun to the coop and began shooting the birds. Then he set fire to the coop, and into the flames, he threw live shotgun cartridges, and they all... He has multiple instances of animal cruelty. Like,
yeah,
might be a legend, but that dude was
that's such a dick move, bro.
Yeah, it's fucked up. I feel bad for laughing about that.
Yeah, I mean, he bit
really
the head off
up.
a dove, or it was a bat or whatever, right?
It was a
We'd
bat.
throw meat on his audiences. Oh, you bit the head off a dead bat, apparently.
Yep, I think he did it again.
Yeah. He took a piss on the Alamo. He would shave off people's eyebrows for fun, took a piss on a cop car. He got thrown out of a concentration camp because he was drunk.
What the fuck?
Wow. That's a choice.
And then he stopped cheating because he got scared of AIDS. That's great.
That's
Thanks
the
for
only
put that on here.
It's the only thing that could stop him.
Only thing that stopped him.
Damn. Wow. Some people, bro, it's just when you're celebrity status and just I don't know, just like I'll try, just like what would we be like if we were young and rich as fuck?
I think about that all the time, bro.
It's
I think
like,
I would have been such a piece of shit, bro.
I'm
sure.
pretty positive I would have done, because I've done plenty of dumb shit, and I would have done a whole lot more. Oh, I know I would have done some really stupid shit by now, and probably would be a little strung out, or would probably, absolutely would have done more drugs for sure. So, and I've done plenty. So,
yeah, I had to work through my like insecurity and like, childhood trauma and all that shit, but if I had the money and like a bunch of yes men around me all the time, I wouldn't have to work through nothing. I would just project that out onto everybody else, make it everybody else's problem, and do a bunch of dumbass shit to like, fill the void.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, exactly that.
I would have been a piece of shit.
I would have been a total piece of shit too. So it's like, fuck.
I feel like 9 out of 10 people would be a piece of shit if they had like basically unlimited money. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Ozzy would take 25 Vicodin a day apparently at one point in time, but moving on to more disgusting motley crew.
I wouldn't have killed any chickens though. I can say that.
Yeah, I would not. I would have gotten a lot of animals. I would not have killed anything. I don't know. I feel like I would have been more like
that's true. I never would have killed a chicken, for fuck's sake. That's true.
Yeah,
I would have been maybe cruel and unusual to people around me, and done fucked up shit, but I never would have killed a chicken. Okay.
Yeah. No animals would have been harmed.
No.
Okay, so Motley Crue had their apartment was apparently so disgusting and filled with bugs, and they didn't ever want to pay for pesticides. So they would just use hairspray and lighters and just light the bugs on fire. And they wouldn't buy toilet paper. And so they would use socks and magazines and band flyers and a bunch of stuff like that. And so it was dubbed the apartment from hell.
But why?
When they were famous too?
Oh, yeah. To keep things on an even keel at home, the band would hide the fact that they'd been playing away with groupies by visiting a restaurant called Noggles, buying egg burritos and rubbing them on their crotches to cover up the smell of sex. Noggles had a bathroom that they never once thought to visit and wash their dicks instead.
Wow.
I got
Shame.
Nice.
I got no words for that, man.
I don't know what to fucking say neither, bro. That's other than all of that. Like
Shame.
deep shame.
Shame.
Why? Why can't you just wash your dick, bro? Why can't you wipe your ass and wash your dick? What's wrong?
I
with
don't
that?
know.
Why is that such a weird?
What? I can tell you one thing for certain. Doesn't matter how much fucking money I have. I am not rubbing an egg burrito on my dick to cover up the smell of what I did the night before ever at any point in my life.
Yeah,
In no
Or anyone's
world
life.
does
Or
that
iterations
make
of lives. No point in the multiverse is there Colin rubbing his dick on an egg burrito
Right. Same.
from Noggles.
Kevin's not doing that neither.
You know
Neither
what?
is Shroom.
I don't care where it's from. I'm not rubbing my dick on it.
Yeah, it's like, well, what if it was a Chipotle burrito?
Oh, that's the most unhinged way also because okay, they're doing it so that like you know, their girlfriends sniff their dick and they're like, what? There's pussy on his dick. Clearly you've been cheating on me, right? So it's like instead they rub so then they smell it and they're like, this smells like an egg burrito. You're good. What?
Right.
What?
That's also where I'm very confused because was it just egg and flour tortilla or was it like egg and fucking all sorts of seasonings?
Oh yeah,
and
like
onions?
onion and
No,
bell
there's
pepper and like
You know,
Cheese.
bacon.
there's-
and
Look up the
cheese.
I'm
Noggles.
assuming there's
Look up the
cheese.
Noggles menu.
Yep. I'm assuming there's cheese and bacon in there. So, but I guess if you're a dirty ass fucking rock dude like that, I guess your dick is just gonna smell like moldy cheese and bell pepper and fucking bacon
Dude.
all the time because you're never showering and never wiping your fucking ass. So
But
I guess if it just
what?
smelled more rancid than cooch, but even like 4-day cooch left on your dick is gonna smell fucking crazy. I don't know.
I don't understand that at all, bro.
I have so
Bro.
many. I don't understand. Why?
Why?
All right.
Hit the shame button again, please. Yeah. Yeah. We need that again because that's fucking crazy, bro.
Shame. Shame.
Burrito dick over there.
Shame.
Okay. Well, the hygiene
Shame.
wager is what this next one is called. Tommy Lee, Nikki Sixx, two members from Motley Crue. They once had a bet to see who could go the longest without showering and
Oh.
still hook up with groupies.
Wow.
After a few weeks of leather pants, sweating on stage, even the most ardent of groupies couldn't be blamed after getting to waist level with Nikki Sixx and becoming overcome with nausea and vomiting all over him.
Damn, bro. That's intense.
That's just
That's
number 8.
intense.
We're not even.
Dude, what the?
This is like so much grosser than I thought it would
Oh
be.
my god, yeah, I knew it was gonna be bad. Is this the last one? Is this the worst for last?
Oh no, this is a 10-part list.
No, I'm talking
I
about
mean,
Motley Crue being the worst.
Oh, Motley
out of
Crue is the end. Yeah, we're not.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm like, I knew they were going to be the worst out of that whole list.
Oh,
I
they're
just
the
knew it.
worst. Yeah, they're the worst.
I knew
Yeah.
it.
Jesus, man.
Wasn't that the one? Is Motley Crue the band Tommy Lee is from?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
He was the drummer, right?
Speaking of Tommy Lee, he once slept with a plus-size fan so he could drive her Jaguar XJS.
I mean,
he recalls in The Dirt, she told him that if he fucked her, she'd let him drive the Jaguar. That night, Nikki and I walked around the house to find Tommy with his quivering mass bouncing up and down on top of him.
That's so mean, bro. Goddamn. That's just a terrible way to describe it.
This is from the book. The second Tommy finished, he buttoned up his pants and looked at us. They just stood there and watched. Okay. I gotta go, man. He beamed, proud. I'm going to drive her car. So Tommy was not ashamed. He was excited. He's going to drive her car. Okay. Speaking of sex and sex for bartering, Tommy Lee slept with studio engineers to get free time to record the band's first songs.
Wow. Gotta do what you gotta do.
You gotta do what you gotta do. I'm gonna ask this question. I don't expect you to answer it, but like, was this both men and women? Like, because I'm assuming this is a terrible misogynistic assumption, maybe, but like, I always assume that dudes are running recording studios like that.
I mean, in that time, it's a fair assumption. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm so yeah, exactly. Y'all hear me. I'm not fucking
Nah, it's not you. I mean, it's just I think it's the way it is.
Well, apparently Lee, again, they ran out of money mid-session, and so he went and slept with the female recording engineer later, and specifically named her to be female. I wouldn't be surprised if all of this didn't even happen. But later, they recorded their album "Too Fast for Love" completely drunk in 3 days. So,
how do these motherfuckers get famous, bro? I don't get it. What the fuck, man? Who's co-signing this shit? Like, who's like, I don't understand.
At one point in time, Nikki Sixx saw some bikers harassing girls on the street and intervened. The bikers told him to chill. He then removed his metal belt and hit one of them in the face. Then the bikers turned out to be undercover cops. They broke his cheekbone and then threw him into jail.
He decided to do like the right thing once.
For one time. And of course it was cops, doing the harassing.
Okay? Of course. Yeah. That does not surprise me at all. Wow.
Okay.
Motley Crue, the grossest fucking band on the planet.
Right.
Yeah. Then there's this one that's just like, there was a drinking and driving incident that resulted in the death of a drummer of a band from Rocks. I don't know. I've never heard of the band Rocks. And they haven't they're referring to this person by like a singular name as if they've like mentioned them before. And they hadn't. Okay.
Anyway.
That was a bad editorial. Sorry, I should have gone through that one. Yeah. Oh, wait, hold on.
All right.
There it is.
Okay. They would do ridiculous shit like break bottles over their heads, swallowing light bulbs for fun, throwing beds out of hotel rooms, lighting hotel beds on fire, pushed a phone receiver inside a groupie, and then tried calling her mother.
Never would have done any of this kind of shit.
No, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have done none of this shit.
I wouldn't have done none of that shit. So
nah.
And then there's, of course, what I said on, Ozzy, the tie-in. Apparently, Nikki Sixx and Ozzy were hanging out in Memphis, and they were trying to one-up each other, playing, an asshole chicken of sorts. And this led to Ozzy snorting a line of ants because they had run out of Coke. And there was a line of ants going to a popsicle.
I think I heard about that.
And then drinking, quote, a pool of his own piss. He and Nikki had peed in a pool, and then he drank it. And then Nikki threw his hands up and said, yeah, you win. So that was Ozzy, and that's Nikki Sixx, and they're disgusting human beings. And the more that I learn about these things, I'm just like, yeah, y'all are gross.
Yeah, I never cared about Motley Crue to begin with, so
Nope.
No,
I knew a little.
You know,
they had that movie that
great
came out
loss.
on Netflix. It was called The Dirt, based off of the book that was the autobiography of the band called The Dirt. And it was starring Machine Gun Kelly as Tommy Lee. And it was a train wreck. But Selena and I watched it. It was like, it came out like right during the pandemic, like right when shit shut down.
I remember that. Yeah.
It was one of those that was just like, I might as well watch it, you know? And it was like well made, but it also, you're like, I hate all these people and I don't ever want to watch this. And so,
yeah, I also don't really like biopics a lot of the time. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to ask if that fucking Bohemian Rhapsody one was any good.
Mm.
And then now, no,
it's okay.
About fucking Freddie Mercury. I'm like, oh, I really don't give a fuck now.
I don't care now.
I mean, Freddie Mercury was it was a person of a multitude of facets, right? And so that movie didn't do a very good job of going into multiple of his facets, though. Like his darker, his partying side, they really like skim over, you know? And it's just focused on like the path of Queen. It's not a Freddie Mercury movie as much as it's a movie about Queen. If that makes sense. But it really makes them seem like they're not party animals. You know, as far as biopics go, yeah, they're really hit or miss. I mean, I thought Ray was good.
Ray was a fucking
Ray's the best one. Yeah.
That's
but like what I mean, but like musical biopics. I mean, I didn't.
I'm not going to see
Dylan
Michael.
ones.
I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck about an Elvis movie. Speaking of Baz Luhrmann.
Yeah.
The Bob Marley movie, bro.
I'm not gonna watch that. Did you watch it?
No, fuck no.
I'm not gonna watch that.
If I ever do, like, I will watch terrible movies on the plane.
I was gonna say plane. Like
perfect place to do it. Yeah,
that's the one time where it's like, all right, if there's nothing good that I want to see on here, then I'm gonna watch something absolutely asinine, terrible. Just like, hopefully, I'll fall asleep during it, and I usually never do. So.
Yeah. Yep.
Never.
The Tupac movie. Remember
Tupac movie, the Biggie movie.
The Biggie movie, yeah.
The Biggie movie, right.
Like 4 Bob Dylan movies. There's like 4 Bob Dylan movies, too. There's so many. I think there's actually 3, but I don't know. Well, gents, I'd say that we did it. You know?
We did.
Coming down. Fucking coming down. We should play a song at the end of the episode, as we always do.
Why not?
So I figured that I would spotlight some friends, you know, of the podcast, maybe even some people that were integral in the growth of the podcast, some people that potentially without their existence, the podcast wouldn't exist, you know, people that are good people. And so we have here by Belay, which is a production duo, JOIA and Monotrope. Monotrope is the newest alias of the wonderful Alex Riddle, aka Riddle, aka Maxwell Cuddy, aka a many musical man of talents. So he's got a couple tracks. He's got a new album with Belay so he collaborated with this artist JOIA, and they're putting out an EP, or it might be even an LP, but it's going to be coming out sometime soon. But they have 3 singles, and I wanted to play one of them. It's not the newest single, but it's the one that titillates me. It makes me
your titty
happy.
got laid.
My titty got laid.
So we're gonna play "Melted" by Belay.
And you might as well, man.
Monotrope and JOIA. And thank y'all for doing this, you boys, you handsome gentlemen. Listening audience, make sure you go follow Madshroom MC and Arliss on all social media platforms. Go listen
Shroom
to
Daddy
music on
69 and
Bandcamp.
Throb.
Yeah, Shroom Daddy 69 Throb. Go make sure you follow us on YouTube where you can watch this if you want to see our faces. Make sure you go check out our Theater Nostalgia, Twin Peaks Tuesdays, and movies and stuff Tuesdays the rest of the year. So we're going to go into Melted by Belay.
Hell
So
yeah.
another one in the in the can.
Duck it.
You see it shining. That's what I'm hiding. You see it shining. That's what I'm hiding. You see it shining. That's what I'm hiding. You see it shining. Lose your control. That's what I'm hiding. We getting private. You see it shining. Lose your control. That's what I'm hiding. You see it shining. Lose your control. That's what I'm hiding. We getting private. You see it shining. Lose your control. That's what I'm hiding. We getting private. You see it shining. Lose your control. That's what I'm hiding.
This is really all there is. All there is. Know you're watching. All there is. Know you're watching. This is really all there is. Know you're watching.
You see it shining. That's what I'm hiding. You see it shining. That's what I'm hiding.
Lose your control. Lose your control. This is really all there is. Lose your control. This is this is we getting private.
You see it shining.
You see it shining.
Lose your control. That's what I'm hiding. We getting private. We don't lose your control. We don't lose your control. You see it shining. Lose your control. We don't lose your control. That's what I'm hiding. Lose your control. We getting private. You see it shining. Lose your control. That's what I'm hiding.
Lose your control. Lose your control.
Lose your control. You see it shining.
lose self control.